Are you ready to make weight loss a priority in your life? If you are, then this video is for you, because today I'm going to talk about the top 3 things that I had to prioritize to help me in my weight loss journey. So stick around. Before I dive into this topic, I just want to ask that you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Usually it's Casey and I, my daughter and I, we're a mother-daughter team. But today you've just got me. And if you've never been here before, my name's Ruth. But we have the WeighDown lifestyle, which is a lifestyle where we reclaim our health and we strive to live a happy, healthy life full of purpose. So today I want to talk about the top 3 things that I believe are important to prioritize if you are ready to shed the pounds. So my first point is decision time. We have to all decide that we want to do this. We have to decide that we're going to take action. We have to be willing to put in an effort. Now, I want to talk a little bit in decision time about deliberate practice. You might say, well, what is deliberate practice? And I'm going to read you a definition here, because deliberate practice is defined this way. It's being effortful in nature with the main goal of personal improvement of performance rather than enjoyment. That's a big deal, but it's often performed without immediate reward. So I want to break that down a little bit, because in your decision making, you have to decide if this is worth some deliberate practice. Is it worth it for you to reclaim your weight? Is it worth it for you to reclaim your health and to live a healthy lifestyle? Is that important to you? Are you going to prioritize it? Are you going to put some deliberate practice into it? So deliberate practice, like I said, you have to put in a lot of effort, and you're not going to have an immediate reward. You will, though, in the long term with weight loss. Deliberate practice means putting in the effort of sometimes making the hard choices. And I'm going to say for the start of the journey, it's going to be a lot of hard choices. If you're not used to eating healthy or used to getting back to basics, if you're not used to getting out the junk food out of your life, there is going to be some difficult choices to make. Because in order to get healthy, we have to make some hard choices. That's deliberate practice. You have to practice the skill of living healthfully. It takes practice in the kitchen rather than just turn to the processed junk, to actually getting down to basics and maybe creating some of your own recipes, or you can use ours. But there is deliberate practice involved. Another example of deliberate practice is, it's being intentional about doing something. So for instance, if you want to learn a new language, which I am doing, by the way, I'm trying to learn Spanish. So I am putting in deliberate practice every day. I'm spending about 15 to 30 minutes every day deliberately. It's a deliberate practice so that I am consistently moving forward in my journey and in me wanting to learn a new language. If I don't put in the effort, it is not going to happen. Also, I don't get an immediate reward. I don't know Spanish in 15 minutes. But if I do it consistently over the long haul, the long journey, now I'm on day 262, and that's a deliberate practice in my Spanish. And I can read quite a bit of Spanish. I have quite a vocabulary of Spanish words now. I can actually put sentences together. I can understand some Spanish. So I didn't get an immediate reward, just like as in weight loss. With deliberate practice in living a healthy lifestyle, you're not going to have an immediate reward. But over the long term, being consistent, you will. But before you start any of that, you have to make a decision. So are you ready to make your decision? That's step number 1. Step number 2 then is making a plan. You have to make your plan. How are you going to do this journey? How are you going to put in the deliberate practice? What are you going to do to get healthy? You have to make a plan. You need to maybe sit down and work on some goals. You need fitness goals. You need weight loss goals. You need trackers, you need measurements, you need some way to track your progress. You have to make a plan. If you're not going to make a plan, it's like shooting a bow and arrow out into the open with no target. We need a plan and we need goals, we need targets, but that comes after decision time. So are you making your plan? And I'm also going to say, what kind of plan are you going to follow? And right now, at this point, I'm going to say we have an amazing plan. We have an amazing WeighDown lifestyle plan that's called the 10-day WeighDown. We do it in 10 days, but we do 10-day increments. And the reason we chose 10 days is because it's long enough to get you a result so that you believe in yourself and you realize that it's not so difficult and you realize that you can make it your lifestyle. So we made it short enough that you can do it and long enough that you get a result. 10 days, you kind of think, well, anyone can do 10 days. It's not like saying you have to do it for a year. You do it for 10 days and then you do it for another 10 days and then you do it for another 10 days. And we always say in 10 days, you're going to feel the difference. In another 10 days, you're going to see the difference for yourself. And in another 10 days, you're actually going to hear the difference. People are going to say to you, what are you doing? You've lost weight. You just look better. What are you doing? And they're going to want to know what you are doing. They're going to know what changes you have made. They're going to want to know what plan you're on. They're going to want to know that you must have made a decision. You must have changed your lifestyle. So are you ready to make the decision? And are you ready to make a plan? That's point number 2. Point number 3 is all about changing your mindset. In today's world, we hear a lot about mindset. And you might think, I don't want to hear about that. But it is so true. We have to change our mindset. We have to have a shift. We have to go from I can't do it to I can do it. We have to go from I don't want to do it to I'm going to do it regardless. We have to have that, that deliberate practice in mind where if we don't get an immediate reward, oh well, we will in the long haul. We have to decide that we're going to have the plan and make a plan, and then we have to change that frame of mind. We have to have a mindset shift. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to start taking care of yourself? And, Casey and I often talk about treating our bodies like a temple, not a trash can. That's changing your mindset. Rather than putting all the processed junk into our bodies, we have to change it up and put the right foods, consume the right things into our body. So are you ready to take the mindset, the shift, the different frame of mind of taking care of your body? Taking care of your body means a whole lot of things. Treating your body like a temple means your whole body. It means your mind, your physical body, and your soul. We need to be fueling our body with good, wholesome foods that God created. We need to have that mindset shift because the Bible talks about renewing our minds. We have to have the steadfast faithfulness in renewing our minds because we're called to do it daily. That means taking our thoughts captive because our thoughts bring us down. And you've heard it said that, our thoughts lead to feelings and feelings lead to action and action leads to results. Are you ready to change it up? Are your thoughts taking you to the junk food cupboard? Are your thoughts making you feel bad about yourself, which then leads you to the junk food cupboard, which then leads you to the result of weight gain? Or are your thoughts about surrendering the journey to God, surrendering your weight loss journey to God, taking your thoughts captive when the doubts and the lies from the enemy come, taking those thoughts captive and turning them around, surrendering the journey. And when we surrender the journey, our thoughts lead to feelings of gratitude, being thankful that God is walking beside us in the journey. And when we're thankful and grateful and we find the peace that surpasses all understanding, we have the comfort from God rather than turning to the food, then our end result is reaping what we're sowing. We're going to reap the rewards in due time. That's all a mindset shift. So you might think, No, you don't need that. But in reality, that's what we all need. We all need to renew our minds each and every day. So those are my 3 tips. And I'm going to say that's how I lost weight. And if you're interested in my book, I'm taking those points out of my book. My book is called Life Begins at 60. And really the title could say any age. It could say life begins at 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 or 70 or 80 or 90 or 100. It doesn't matter. But really, we can start living a happy, healthy life full of purpose today by starting with making a decision, making a plan, and changing our mindset. So if you're interested in my book, you can leave me a message below. It's on all the platforms. It's on Amazon, probably in your bookstore. But if you're interested in a weight loss plan, I'm going to put the link in the descriptor below. I'll also put the link to my book below. But we have an amazing plan. And we say that God gave us this plan. He gave Casey and I the plan, and it has helped Casey lose 85 pounds after her first pregnancy, and then she's just finished losing another 65 pounds after her second pregnancy. It has helped thousands of women lose weight, including myself. I have had my own weight loss journey. But if you're interested in that, just check the link out below. I trust that you are going to start living a happy, healthy life full of purpose today. And Casey and I always like to end by saying this: treat your body like a temple, not a trash can.